help us identify people who may have been radicalised.
Know the Signs details dozens of indicators that a friend or family member could be planning a terror attack. As Adam Hollingworth reports, the move comes as our spy chiefs identify a new and worrying type of terrorism.
Time was when the intelligence services were never seen, never heard. But now they're loudly proclaiming your country needs you, to keep an eye on those you know and, if necessary, dob them in.
Recognising a potential warning sign and then alerting NZSAS or police could be the vital piece in the puzzle that ultimately saves lives.
To that end, they're publishing a guide called Know the Signs to help us all identify potential terrorists in our midst.
To pay attention and to be alert so that if they see or hear about something that seems off, that worries them and concerns them, they might have a look at this information to say, does this indicate to me that this person is on the road to actually committing an attack?
The SIS has listed around 50 signs, from obvious ones, like writing on a weapon, as happened in Christchurch, to
a person who is really developing an us versus them worldview.
Authorities say they're usually closely monitoring 40 to 50 potential terrorists. These people used to be motivated by their white identity or by their faith. But in the past 6 months, a third group has emerged, those motivated by politics.
And so it could be the COVID measures that the government took, or it could be other policies that are interpreted as infringing on rights. And it's what I sometimes describe as a kind of hot mess of ideologies and beliefs, fueled by conspiracy theories.
The launch of the initiative Know the Signs is an indicator that the security services know that they can't do it alone. They need the help of the public. But to some, the guide is a first step only.
How do we upskill those people in our community who are much closer to people who might be potentially radicalised and get them to understand what it is they're seeing? That's our challenge.
Adam Hollingworth, News Hub.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Verse 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. Matthew chapter 24, verse 9 and 10. I want to start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakudash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing, to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. All right, and I'm going to jump right into this. Okay, this is an article that says, World Economic Forum's 2023 meeting will focus on counter, quote, misinformation. Okay, so in other words, we're entering into the next phase of the war, all right, the war on information, where they're going to be focusing on basically convincing the world that those who tell the truth are the most dangerous people on the earth, and those who lie to them are the people you should listen to. They're about to invert everything. Everything's about to be turned upside down, but in a blatant manner. Why? Because they're about to get real blatant with their Satanism, and they don't want anyone, all right, condemning them for it, and they don't want anyone raising up any type of questions. Okay, they don't want anyone speaking, all right, the truth of the Bible, all right, in the times that we're about to enter into, because it's all going to be anti-biblical, anti-righteousness, anti-Christ, really, like they say, anti-Messiah, right? Anti-truth, period. All right, anti-prophets, anti-Israelites. This is all what you're about to start seeing, okay? And basically, they're going to group mostly anyone who speaks against the government or has any disagreements with anything. You saw the video and they said it, you know, anyone. They said 90% of Americans are so-called domestic terrorists and they don't even know it. Let me see if I could pull that up. All right. This was months ago where the DHS came out and said that if you have any ideologies on, you know, basically you don't believe the government narrative and so on and so forth, all right, you're deemed a domestic terrorist. Okay, let me see if I could find that. I did a video on that months ago. All right, that was last year or so. Okay, let me see if I could just find that article. Okay, let's see here. They call them right-wing extremists. Okay. Let me see. It says here, DHS warns that right-wing extremists could attack power grid. So that's also another narrative that they're going to be pushing again this year. All right, all these power outages that's going to be happening is going to be done by some right-wing extremists. Like, yeah, okay, all right. Anyway, let's go back to this this article here, which is the topic. All right. So it says, the World Economic Forum, an unelected global organization that seeks to, quote, shape global, regional, and industry agendas, end quote. And that's an actual quote from what they said, right? Has announced to schedule for its 2023, or it's like it has announced the schedule for its 2023 annual meeting, which includes a panel on countering misinformation. In other words, countering the truth. Okay, that just sounds crazy. But see, they use these terminologies that doesn't make you think and connect what they're doing to what's actually happening. Okay. It says the panel is titled, quote, Countering Threats in the Age of Black Swans, end quote, and will take place on January 18, 2023 at 9 a.m. Now, what is a black swan? Okay, I think I've heard that before, like a black swan event. What is that? I just don't remember right now. The black swan. Explain. Let's see. The black swan theory, or theory of black swan events, is a metaphor that describes an event that comes as a surprise. Oh, has a major effect and is often inappropriately rationalized after the fact with the benefit of hindsight. So the CV, whatever demic that people went through over the past 2 or 3 years, was a black swan event, right? It's an event that came as a surprise, all right, had major effects, and it was often quote unquote inappropriately rationalized after the fact with the benefit of hindsight. So now they look back and say, oh, look, there are certain things that we could have done different. There are certain things that we did wrong. We're going to correct it this time, but it was all orchestrated. They sat down, they planned these things, they simulate how people are going to react, and then they come up with solutions. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly how they planned it, but as long as it's part of the plan, it's going to happen. Okay? And you need to know about it. And the thing is, they don't want you to know about it because you're waking up to who they are and what they're actually doing. Okay? Regardless of what they're saying, is about what they're doing. They're actually doing. And they actually say things to make it easy for you to track what they're doing. Right? The description for the panel doesn't define misinformation, but claims it doesn't define it. It cannot define it. It has to be vague. It has to be vague enough that it can cover a large umbrella. All right, it could cover a large, or it could have a larger umbrella so people could fall under this umbrella. It has to be large, right? So if they give you a direct definition, then what if whatever you're doing that they don't like, they can't counter because it doesn't fall under misinformation? You can get away with that. But if they leave it blank, they leave it vague, then to their discretion, if you say, that could be misinformation because you're showing effects of fatigue, that you're tired of these lockdowns. That's a problem. You're a terrorist. You don't want to wear your mask. Well, look, misinformation. You're putting out the wrong information to the public to make them think that it's safe to do what you're doing, but it's not. So you ought to be spoken to. All right, and so on and so forth. Okay, it says the description for the panel doesn't define misinformation, but claims that, quote, a wide range of actors, end quote, have access to an ever-increasing capacity to spread misinformation. What is that supposed to mean? Doesn't everyone have access to information nowadays? Why do you have to be the one to regulate what information, who's getting, and so on and so forth? It's almost like you want to do that because you want to control the narrative. You want to control how people see reality. Interesting. Let's keep going. It says, this capacity, according to the World Economic Forum, is supposedly compounding threats that were once considered outliers. During the panel, speakers will discuss how to predict, mitigate, and counter these threats that are supposedly aggravated by misinformation. While the panel, and one of them is what? Vanessa hesitancy. They're gonna group that in and say, well, you guys caused this. You guys are the ones who told people that it's okay to not take this thing and it's dangerous and so on and so forth, which it is. But again, remember, 2023 is going to be the year where everything is inverted. The truth becomes a lie and the lies become the truth. Get used to that and understand that they're about to start programming the masses on a whole nother level. Okay? So get ready for that too. All right? With deep fake and all these technology and all this different shit, the narrative and the propaganda is going to be out of control, man. Like almost like you're in a movie, bro. It's coming. All right? It's coming, man. It's going to be crazy. All right? All of a sudden, you're going to start hearing the news talking about cases and Omicron and all this bullshit, Deltacron, all this weird shit, man. It's going to start popping up soon. Start creeping up. Right when we get towards like March area, you're going to start seeing some crazy shit. So let's keep watching and see. So it says, no, I just read that. Okay. While the panel description doesn't define misinformation, a recent post promoting the World Economic Forum's annual meeting suggests that the group deems criticism of the World Economic Forum and challenging mainstream CV narratives to be misinformation. There you go. There you go. So now you know what misinformation really is when they say misinformation. They're actually talking about anyone who disagrees or criticizes WEF, all right, WHO, CDC, all right, all these different so-called these so-called agencies and shit, you know, the private partnership, the public, all this bullshit. All these people, if you raise any problems against them, that's misinformation. All right. In its post, the World Economic Forum complained. Listen to this. Complained that it has been targeted by disinformation campaigns. and links to another post where its managing director, Adrian Monk, suggested that criticism of the World WEF's controversial, quote, "you own nothing and you be happy," end quote, slogan is tied to a misinformation campaign. Nigga, you niggas created a whole fucking advertisement with a corny little Edomite smiling where it says, "you own nothing and you be happy." Everybody saw that video. And it was on y'all page, on the World Economic Forum page. Like, y'all came out and said this. You did this. And then when the prophets start to connect the dots to show the world, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is what's going to lead to. This is the outcome of all of this shit. You niggas turn around and say, oh, that's misinformation. Nigga, you posted the information. You did the advertisement. You the one who told people they'll own nothing and they'll be happy. You said this shit. And now that's misinformation. So what do you again, this is all done by design. They have to create a world of confusion. When you don't know the truth, it's better that way for them. When you don't know what's true and what's not, there's something called misinformation and there's something called disinformation. There's a difference. I'll show you. Okay? What is disinformation? All right. Disinformation is false information which is intended to mislead, especially propaganda issued by a government organization to rival a power or the media. That's disinformation. So those are what? Falsehood, lies. What you're going to be seeing on the TV to demonize brothers, that's disinformation, right? Now let's see. Misinformation. Misinformation. Let's read. It says false or inaccurate information, especially that which is deliberately intended to deceive. Well, hold on. There is a difference. Misinformation versus disinformation. Okay, let's see. Yeah, misinformation is false or inaccurate information. That's misinformation. It's false or inaccurate. Disinformation is deliberate and includes malicious content such as hoaxes, spear, phishing, and propaganda. Okay, so who's the one who's putting out both misinformation and disinformation? Right? Misinformation is you think it's true, but it's not. Disinformation is you know it's not, but you say it anyway. Right? That's misinformation and disinformation. Okay? I hope that made sense. But there's a little difference there. And both of them, Esau gets involved in it. Why? Because it has to do with doctoring information. Whatever it is, as long as you, the people, don't believe the truth, that's their goal. As long as you can be lied to, you're seeing things with your own eyes, but because they tell you that's not what it is, no, you're not seeing what we're doing. You're not seeing it. Don't believe what you're seeing. That's not true. You know, only get the information from us. If anybody says that we're lying to you, then that's anti. You know what? You know, there's a growing sense of anti-science in the communities nowadays. We need to watch out for that. You know, only a devil is so worried about what people think. Only a devil is worried about that. All right. It says, in addition to branding criticism of this slogan, misinformation, Monk also lamented misinformation concerning CV19 and Vanessa's. Once again, okay. So again, they're going to name these things. Well, if you heard anyone say anything about this, and guess what? We're the only ones who've been saying anything about this. All right. Not only did Monk brand these topics misinformation, but he also claimed that, quote, misinformation derails free speech. How? These devils always got some type of weird rhetoric. Misinformation derails free speech. How does it derail free speech? Right? Isn't that the concept of free speech? You could say whatever you want and deal with the consequences of what comes with it. Isn't that what it is? But ultimately, words really shouldn't have consequences unless it's directed towards war. Okay, if you threaten me, all right, like they doing, talking about you're dangerous and you're extremists. Okay, we need to be watching them. Okay, we need to help. We need the help of the public to keep an eye out on these folks and so on and so forth. You're creating a criminal out of innocent people who tell the truth. That's a problem. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to demonize and set up the people who speak the truth, which are the prophets of the Lord. Okay, and that's when you know, when you have governments, world governments, plotting and scheming to come against Bible speakers, you know where we're going, bro. This is in almost every anti-movie. All right, you always got that one people or a group of people that always speak the truth and are very adamant on what they're saying, and they're always looked at as crazy. All right, they're bugged out. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. They're looked at as crazy. All right, they're looked at as loud, rambunctious. Nobody want to be around them. But when you stop to listen to everything they're saying, it's like, yo, these are facts. Hold up. Let's listen to this. Hold up. Did y'all just say this? Did y'all just say that? Damn, that's true. That is true. Everything you guys are saying is the truth, period. But they can't handle the truth, so they're going to demonize the truth. Okay, they're going to demonize the truth. It says, so it's this guy here, this unintelligent idiot, this monkey called Monk, okay, says this misinformation derails free speech and called for action to prevent lies being accepted as truth. Oh, in other words, who? These giant so-called media platforms, they're going to have to do something. They're going to have to be forced to do something. Okay? This post by Monk is one of many examples of World Economic Forum pushing for the censorship of what it deems to be misinformation. The World Economic Forum and the global leaders that attend its meetings have previously outlined how big tech partners with intergovernmental organizations like the United Nations to tackle disinformation. I thought it was misinformation. I guess they're synonymous, huh? Fuck out of here. It says to tackle disinformation, demanded that social media companies crack down on rumors, end quote, and push for the use of artificial intelligence to censor misinformation. Oh, so the algorithms. Remember how we got to use all these code words, MOTB instead of CHIP instead of all these different terms. We have to use these terms. Why? Because they're trying to counter the truth. Understand that this whole thing is to what? Make sure that people don't believe the truth. All right, because it's the truth. All right, that's exposing these devils. Okay, let's get that, because they don't want to be exposed. If they're exposed, their plan will fail. Ain't nobody gonna be down with this bullshit. So they have to make it seem like it's actually a good thing. Look over the past 2 years. You got millions of people taking this jump shot. Motherfuckers dropping dead left and right, suddenly dropping dead left and right, and nobody knows what the cause is. Oh, it's just, wow, unprecedented. People dying suddenly. Like, what world, whenever in history, has this mysteriously happened where people just dropping dead suddenly? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. So let's cut the bullshit. You got these idiots who don't know how can somebody get tackled in a football game and then you could say, oh, it's the Vanessa. Idiot. Did you watch the game, or you just going on social media and listen to, let's pray for Damar Hamlin. Let's everybody praying for Damar Hamlin now. Like, nobody knows what the hell's going on. Guess what? He went and took it. Ain't no praying for Damar Hamlin, nigga. They all knew. When you was coming out here, putting out this information they call misinformation, now your ass about to be what? Super completely misinformed. Now you about to get cooked. Now you sitting your ass in the hospital waiting for somebody to save your ass, man. The same people that trying to kill you, you going back to them to save your life. Jake, this is what happens when you listen to the devil. This is what happens when you trust your enemy. Okay? This is what happens when you trust your enemy that tells you to trust his science. Okay? He says, trust me. I'm a devil, but trust me. And you still went ahead and you trusted him. Now you get what's coming to you and you want everybody to start praying for you? Fuck you. Guess what? When you start seeing the world go into one direction, you go the opposite way. This motherfucker dropped from a heart attack, whatever happened. After a tackle, he got up. I saw the clip. He got up and then started step back, one step, oh, boom, that's it. He out of there. Okay? And then you had the so-called mayor of New York go on Twitter and say, oh, we got prayers going on for Damar Hamlin. Oh, everybody's talking about it. I said, oh, no, hold up. There's something fishy about this. Every time you see all of a sudden the whole world is saying one thing, oh, we stay with Ukraine. You fall back. Yeah, hold on, what's going on? I was actually going on in Ukraine. Why are they pushing this shit so hard? Oh, everybody got to go get your booster, your shot. It's the only way. There's a hurricane coming. The best way to protect yourself is by taking your shots. Hey, get your booster. You're going to be protected. Hold on. What's going on? Oh, there's misinformation. We need to cut down on people believing and thinking whatever they want to believe and think. That doesn't go along with our narrative. Hold on. Slow things down. What's actually going on? Right? This is how you got to think, man. Whenever the world is going into one direction, you stop, you think, and you look back and be like, hold on, why are these people going over here and not there? Hold on a second, what's going on here? Let's find out. You see, let's find out. You always want to be in the minority. Okay? The Most High is always dealing with small numbers. And remember, when he's dealing with big numbers, he's normally killing them. All right? When the Most High is dealing with big numbers, he's normally cooking them. You hear them in the thousands, in the millions. Soon it's going to be in the billions. Okay? The casualties that's coming from the effects of World War III, that's why the elect are going to have to get beamed up. Okay? The elect are going to have to get beamed up, man. All right? Let's get that. Because this is the times that we're in. You got people joking around, playing games and shit. Guess what? It's about to get crazy out here. All right? The time of Jacob's trouble that we've been talking about is coming. Okay? It's coming, man. And those who don't believe, that's okay. That's okay, man. All right? There's a book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 24. It says, for there shall arise false Mashiachs or false anointed, all right, and false prophets. We're seeing that today. You got everyone coming out the woodwork. Now, all of a sudden, everybody want to teach the Bible. Everybody knows what's going on. Everybody could read the Bible now and ask questions to the Hebrew Israelites. Now, everybody's a prophet. Everybody want to teach. Where y'all niggas been at? Why y'all not going into the major prophecies? Why y'all niggas not talking about the biggest prophecy there is, the MOTB? You niggas want to argue about, can Hebrew Israelites debunk this? We're not in the time to be debunking this. We're in the time to be prophesying, to be telling you what's coming in the next couple months. That a lot of you niggas in the churches are going to be faced by. Your so-called pastors are being talked to right now. Everyone who took that 501c3, guess what? These Israelite groups that took it, these so-called churches that took it, everyone, all these niggas. That tax exemption, it comes with clauses. Okay, it comes with a clause that binds you. And that's why they can't come in the name of the Lord. Why? Because they're not teaching from righteousness. They wouldn't dare to come and say, oh, we come in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, while they're speaking bullshit and lies. If you don't got 100% truth, you're not going to call upon Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Because Yahweh said what? Be ye perfect, as your Father in heaven is perfect. If you're perfect, you are 100%. So we come in the name Yahweh Shem Yahshua because we got 100% truth. That's a fact. Okay? And getting 100% truth starts and ends with the name. If you don't got the name, you don't got 100% truth. And if you don't got 100% truth, you don't got the truth. That's just what it is. You got some truth, but you ain't got the truth. Understand that. All these camps, they're not saying Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? They're not calling upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Why? They can't. You can't come in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai if you're not coming in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Okay? That's just what it is. But only the elect, all right, are going to see through all this bullshit and make it out. Okay? As Yahushua said, as we read, it says, verse 24, continue, Matthew 24, verse 24, continue. It says, and shall shew great signs and wonders. All right? We're about to enter into those great signs and wonders by way of what? Their technology. Okay? That if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. If it were possible. If it were possible. So that means if you get deceived and get got by Esau, you're not of the elect. because the elect are not going to be deceived. The elect not going to fall to take the jump shot. Okay, we'll rather miss. All right, we'll pass it out or we'll miss. We ain't taking no shots. Oh, it's a free throw. It's not free. It's not free. We don't want it. We don't play basketball no more. We don't take jump shots. We're done. All right, we retired. It's over with. Okay, we leave the rest of you. We're gonna sit back and watch the game. It's a very good game going on too. All right, a lot of people dropping. It's good stuff going on. All right, so we're gonna stay tuned and see how things play out. Okay, but remember, man, let me get that. There's a lot of pain and suffering that's coming. Okay, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 6 and verse 4. It says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." And what's that great sword? That weapon. Okay, the weapon of mass destruction. Ultimately, the missiles. All right, but you got the guns, and then ultimately this time you got what? The one killing instrument that Esau is using, which is what? The Vanessa. Okay, the Vanessa. It's just a killing instrument. All right, it's a killing instrument, and it's crazy. When you look at it, it's shaped like a sword. All right, the syringe is always shaped like a sword. You got the sword itself that cuts. It's shaped pointy at the edge of it, and then you have the handle. You see, you know what I'm saying? So hey, it's all the Esau showing you who he is by his crafts. All right, by his hunting instruments, if you will. All right, but ultimately, with all these things that's coming to pass, guess what? We got World War III coming right after that. Okay, and World War III is Armageddon. Okay, for you so-called Christians out there who don't know the difference between Armageddon, you think, oh, Armageddon is going to happen, right? World War III is going to happen, and then there's going to be something else that comes after that, and then that's when the Messiah. No. Okay, we're going to read it right now. All right, Matthew chapter 24 and verse 30 says, "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man." Actually, let's go up a little bit. Verse 29. It says, "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken." So we're entering into that time of that tribulation. Okay, a time that's never been since the beginning of the earth. Okay, Daniel 12 tells you that. Matthew 24 tells you that, which we're reading right now. Okay, let me see if I can pull that up. All right, Jeremiah 30 and 7. Okay, so you people, man, you it's like you want to skip that part. You can't skip the most important part. This is the part that has to happen for the elect to receive salvation. So I don't know why you so-called Christians are afraid of the end times. I don't get it. If you're a Christian, you should be happy about the end times. That means that all of this shit is about to end, and we're about to enter into the kingdom. But you know why? Because you guys are not the elect. That's why. Call yourself Christians, man. Get out of here. But you missiles sin over there in them churches. Matthew 24 verse 21, it says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." Okay, and except those days should be shortened, right? There should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. For the elect's sake, man. Not for the new body of believers. Not for anybody who just believes. No. For the elect, the chosen people. All right, that's what the word elect means. It goes to the word electos. All right, let me see if I could just get that. Let's see, Matthew 24. Okay, I want to get in the blue letter real quick. All right, right here. Let's go into the word elect. All right, because we always do this. You got to go into the words, man. That's why these people don't know shit, because they don't go into the words. All right, eklektos. I knew it. All right, eklektos. All right, is the word elect. All right, it means picked out, chosen. The next one says chosen by God. Okay, to obtain salvation through Hamashiach. Okay, there you go. So the elect of the Most High, who are chosen by the Most High, because you got people who say, well, you choose God, right? God has given us the choice, and we can choose Him or not. No, you can't. He chooses you. You don't choose Him. When have you ever gone to a job and go say, I choose to work for you, boss? No, the boss looks at your resume. If you're qualified, then he'll hire you, give you the interview, and then hire you, and then watch you and see if you can maintain this job. And then they don't fire your ass. But if you can't do the job, guess what happens? They'll fire you and get somebody who can. It's the same thing. You don't go around picking jobs. You put your application in hoping they'll call you back, and that's how that works. All right. You get hired and you get fired. Okay. So Most High creates you and he destroys you. All right. He chooses and he doesn't choose, whatever he wants. Okay. So get out the mindset of, oh, I'm a Christian and, I get to choose God. No. You don't get to choose God. What is he, an option? You know what I'm saying? You don't get to just do whatever you want. When you go to work, again, the work example, when you go to work, you have a dress code. You wear, you dress appropriately. If they have a uniform, you make sure you wear that. If not, then you can't work there, right? You got to follow company policy, protocol, and so on and so forth. If you can't do that, you're out of there. They're going to have to fire your ass and hire somebody else, right? So these people, they're lost. They have no clue what the hell is going on, okay? Now, the word electos, going back to the word eklektos, Salakia, okay, it implies favoritism, okay? To be chosen, all right? To be elected, to be chosen, that means you were the favorite out of all the other options there were, okay? You were chosen. You're the best of its kind or in its class. All right. You're the tip top. Okay. Creme de la creme, like they say. All right. We are at the top, man. Lord willing, we are of that number. That's why the Lord is going to come down and deliver us from this coming destruction. Okay. And America is going to get hit the hardest, get destroyed, get rocked. All right. And that's what the scripture says. Okay. And that has to happen in order for us to receive our kingdom. Okay, this empire must go down, and it will go down as you see it happening in this lifetime that we're living in. Okay, so let me close it out with this. All right, this is what we're expecting. All right, these so-called Christians have no idea. You talk about salvation, but they don't even know what or how salvation is going to take place. Who's being saved? How they're going to be saved? Why? What are they getting saved from? We know all this. You people don't. Why? Because you're not of the elect. You don't. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Say, oh, where you guys going? What's your destination? Are you going there? No, but I just want to know. Nah, you don't need to know. It's all right. Just chill out. Go where you got to go. All right? Just go where you got to go. Anyway, so continue in Matthew 24, in verse 30. Okay, it says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Okay? Then it tells you how he's going to appear, all right, in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay? Go into the Apocrypha, read that. Okay? It gives you more of an idea of what happens. Okay, Daniel 12, Revelation 12 and 7. Okay, just to name a few. All right, talking about the war in heaven. That's synonymous with 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. Okay, so it's more details of what happens, all right, to the destruction of this place. Okay, by the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Okay, power that Esau is going to be crushed by. You can't stand against this power, man. You crazy? It says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. You see? So that's power. Like that's true power right there. Like, I'm just gonna come down into this empire and I'm gonna pick out my elect and I'm gonna destroy everybody else. That's true power, man. No negotiations, no talking. Just come in here, do what you gotta do, establish your kingdom. Let's go. That's power, man. You know what I'm saying? That's true power. All right. You got Esau trying to create. Oh, we need to stop misinformation. Oh my God, we're being attacked. Oh, what a bitch. Now you don't deserve to be king, man. The real king is coming back. The King of Kings himself. All right. He's gonna show you what true power is. Okay. Rule the earth. All right. And in righteousness, man. Okay. A real actual ruler. A real king. That's what we need, man. All right. The whole earth needs a real rulership, a turn of things, righteousness, okay, perfection, things that actually make sense. Not this bullshit that we're living in, this matrix, this lie, this simulation that they want everyone to believe to be true. All right, deception, preparing everybody to take a MOTB and then what? Be a slave to technology. That's it. What type of life is that? Man, we're not with that shit. All right, we're not with that shit. Okay, we're not with that shit. Period. All right. But that's why we're waiting for the Lord to come back and what? And deliver his elect. Okay. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other, the four directions, northeast, south, west. Okay. And that's talking about who? The elect, those who are chosen, okay, for deliverance by the Most High. You don't choose yourself. You can't. It's impossible. You can't choose yourself. Okay? But you can hope to be chosen by one superior to you. Okay? That you want to be in his good graces. All right? So forget about this world. They're very fucking stupid, bro. All right? They don't think, they don't want to think, and that's why they're going to be destroyed. They think that, oh, just life, you just do whatever. They're just caught up on that Babylonian juice so much, they don't even think about the possibilities of how this place is going to be destroyed, all right, and how they're not going to make it. They don't think like that. But that's why it's coming for them, okay, because they're not looking for salvation. So Lord going to find them some other way with death, okay? So I'm going to leave it off there, all right? Lord willing, you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh. The water Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, and until next time, Shalom.